How's it going, everybody? Bodum11716 here. This is now my fourth time recording this video. The first two times someone came up the hill. This girl was running around and she came up the hill twice on me. So I didn't want her to mess up my video or anything, so I restarted that twice. The third time, and that was yesterday, then it was getting too late, so I couldn't record it again. So I just called it a night, whatever. So I came back this morning, and then I recorded a full video now, and I ran out of space because I kept all the other videos thinking I'd have plenty of space, but I didn't. So I kept all the other videos from yesterday, and then I turned on my phone like right now and ran out of space. I don't know how far through the video, but I did get the whole video done. Took, I think, like over 20 minutes. I went over to my phone and it said space full, so that's all gone. So here I am, fourth attempt. Hopefully I get everything perfect because I should be a master by now at everything about this video. So let's get started once again. Today is August 19th. It is 7:10 a.m. I have to catch a flight in 2 hours to New York because my dad lives there, so I'm going to visit him for a week, and I'm also going to go to New York City. More into that later. But last video I uploaded was a street performance video. It was in Chicago. And then last update video I uploaded was on March 18th. It was my birthday, my 21st birthday. I didn't drink any alcohol that day, and I still haven't drinking any alcohol since then. In my last video I said I thought I would have drank some alcohol like maybe the week after my birthday, maybe 2 weeks after. But the reason I didn't drink was because I feel like everyone drinks on their 21st, so I wanted to do something different and run a marathon instead of drinking. So that's what I did. And I still haven't had any alcohol since, but I plan on changing that in New York in a week. So in a week from now, I plan on having my first drink. It's going to be a Corona because a lot of people have told me Coronas are really good beers, and I trust them. So I think I'm just going to pick a New York City bar, have a Corona, and yeah, that's going to be my first alcoholic beverage, so gonna see how that goes. Yeah, so much has happened over this past couple of months. That's why the video is so long. And I recorded a 45-minute video not even knowing I was talking for 45 minutes. So I had to scrap that. I really hope this video works. I don't want to record this for a fifth time. So I just talk about I do the same thing pretty much every time. And I have to catch a plane in less than 2 hours. That's really frustrating, but so please let this video work. So yeah, I ran my marathon on March 18th when I turned 21. And ever since then I haven't really ran a whole lot. Like the next 3 weeks after March 18th, I didn't run at all, and then I slowly got into running like once or twice a week, just a few miles. And then this whole summer, I didn't really run nearly as much. I ran maybe like once a week. Sometimes I'd skip a week and then run like 3 or 4 miles. So nothing even near marathon level. But I've mostly been just working. I've been really busy with work, and I'll get into that later. I got an internship. But yeah, let's see where I am. So yeah, this summer has been amazing. I've been really happy this summer. At the end of the school year last year, I really thought the summer would be terrible because I really had nothing planned. But then everything changed, everything turned around for me, and I actually got a lot of stuff to do. And I'm about to sneeze. Never mind. I think I'm good. I hate losing a sneeze. It's a terrible feeling. But yeah, this summer has been amazing. I actually so in my last video I said I was still getting over my ex. I still wasn't 100% over her. I was still a little sad about her sometimes. But honestly, now in August, I can say I'm pretty much 100% over her. Maybe not actually 100%, but pretty close. I don't really get sad about her anymore. I know we weren't meant to be. But I did text her a couple months ago at the beginning of summer on mid-May, and I texted her saying hey, how have you been? What's new with you? You know, she explained to me like her school year and how she did that semester and her work, all that. She'd been working many hours and stuff and her plans and whatever. And I told her the same thing, you know, how I've been doing. I told her about the marathon. So like, anyways, my point is we were on good terms, you know. So I did want to text her, say that like, yeah, like how have you been? Like we should be friends still, even though our relationship didn't work out. So that's what I tried to do. Like I texted her pretty much this whole summer, and even with like texting her and stuff, we still argued a lot. So that's when I realized like maybe we're just not even meant to be friends. Like I still want to be friends with her, and like, you know, that's why I texted her. I caught up with her because like she was such an important part of my life, obviously being my first girlfriend, but we still even argued, even just being as like friends, just texting every like few days or whatever. So yeah, when we argued, like I wouldn't text her for like a week or two, and then I'd text her back saying, hey, what's up, all that stuff, like to try again, and we still ended up arguing. So at this point I'm just pretty much thinking like maybe it's just better if we go our separate ways, and like I'd want to like keep her as someone, like maybe text her once or twice a year saying, hey, how have you been, what's new with your life, you know, that kind of stuff, rather than like being a close friend with her, because, you know, we just have so many different values. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and that just ends up in an argument for us, because like we expect different things from each other. We expected different things from each other in a relationship, and we expect different things from each other as friends, and this is something that it just doesn't work out with us. So that's fine. Not everyone's meant to be best friends. Not everyone's meant to, you know, be in a relationship. So I understand that, and I just think we're those people who aren't meant to be friends with each other or anything like that. So that's fine. I'm kind of accepting the fact that that's the truth, because I did try many times to like be friends with her, but it still just didn't work out. So that's fine. But anyways, I'll text her back, and just every once in a while, just to catch up. That's my plan, really. But yeah, this summer has been a great summer. Like I said, I really thought it would be terrible, but it turned out to be amazing. I mostly worked, and then I played a lot of basketball. I read a lot, and I played a lot of Fortnite with my friend. I love Fortnite. It's such a fun game. I was always like really bad at it when it came out, because I was playing on a bad laptop, and I didn't really know the controls for a while, because I only played like once a week back then. During the school years, I only play every Friday night. But then summer started, and you know, I didn't have any classes. All I had was work, so I decided to play every couple of days over the summer. So I got a lot better. I got a new laptop because I was making money from my internship, making good money. So I could run Fortnite on that a lot better, and I started getting better. So I'm pretty decent player right now. I still use this scroll wheel to place items or like objects and stuff, but I'm still pretty decent at the game. I can get a decent amount of kills usually. So I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. The books I've been reading, or I'll go back to the beginning of the summer really quick. So I didn't think I'd actually have an internship this summer. So initially, I'm really good friends with the COO of INTL FC Stone, which is the company I got the internship for. I was really good friends with the COO's nephew, so I asked him, I'm like, hey, can you have your uncle get me into the company for an internship? And he's like, yeah, I'll try. So I emailed the COO saying like, I'm good friends with your nephew or whatever. Sent him my resume and stuff. I'm like asking for an internship. I had no plan, so I'm like, please, if you have any positions open, I'd love to do it. And then he said, oh, sorry, all our positions are actually filled up for the summer. So I'm like really upset about that, because I really wanted an internship, and I applied like 50 places, didn't get one. Well, I got one, but I turned them down because it was a sales internship, and I didn't want that. So yeah, I was pretty upset about that. But I applied to a factory, and I actually got that. They really liked me for summer work, and decent pay. You know, I could have worked overtime if I wanted, so it was really flexible hours. So I'm like, okay, this is a good alternative. But then so this was like Thursday, and then the factory wanted me to start on Monday of like late May. But then the COO emails me back saying, hey, Robert, we might have a position still open for you. If you want to send me your resume, please do it, and we can hopefully get you in. So I'm like, oh, wow. Like, of course, right when I get the factory job, he emails me back. So I had a choice. I could have been guaranteed a factory job or say no to the factory job and take a chance on getting the internship. So it ended up being that I did get the internship. He did email me back saying, yep, it's all confirmed, you have the internship. So I was really happy about that. I just called the factory saying, like, hey, I don't think this is going to work out this summer, you know, because I let them down easy because they really liked me and they really wanted me there for the summer. So I kind of felt bad that and I showed a lot of interest in them too because I really wanted that factory job. But then I got the internship, so I'm like, okay, never mind, I want the internship instead. So I kind of felt bad, you know, turning the factory down because they were really nice people, but gotta have that internship, secure my future better. So that's what I ended up doing, and I'm really happy I did it. I worked with great coworkers. I had Lindsay as my manager, Greg as the team lead, and then Scott and Jody as the employees. They were so funny, I swear. Probably some of the funniest people I've ever met. So it's a financial services company, which is my field. I'm in finance, so that's another reason. Like, I could get a nice internship there, a finance company. So I was really happy about that. I was in the operations department with them, so there were 5 of us total. Me being the intern, and then them being actual full-time employees. And yeah, they were so funny. Like, you couldn't go 30 seconds without someone dropping an F-bomb. Like, it's not your stereotypical office. Like, you'd expect an office to be like everyone in suit and ties and uptight about everything and only talking about business. So these people still talked about business, and they were all very smart people, by the way. But they also told some funny stories, joked around a lot, and yeah, actually, my one coworker, speaking of dropping the F-bombs, my one coworker, he was so focused on his computers and like doing work and stuff, and he hated phone calls because it would distract him from his computer work. So he'd be like really focused on his computer, and then the phone would ring, and he'd drop like huge major F-bombs, and then he'd pick up the phone. INTL Son, how can I help you? Like, in a really calm voice after just like screaming because he hated phone calls. He said it like so nice, and I laughed so hard when he did that. And he didn't think anything of it. Like, that's just how he was. But yeah, like, just stuff like that around the office made me laugh so hard. And because I had a data entry job, so it was mostly data entry. Sometimes I like manage accounts and like create codes for accounts, brief like 3-digit codes. So something actually involved my brain, but most of it was just data entry, where it was really boring, just typing in numbers. Since I had them like entertaining me the whole time, like, it really didn't get very boring because I was really fortunate to have them as really funny coworkers. So honestly, I'm really glad I got to meet all them. And actually, Greg, he owns a racehorse for the Arlington racetrack, and this racehorse always seems to lose. I was going to go to one of his races, but I never made it there, unfortunately. But I do plan on going there eventually. I told him, like, hey, contact me whenever your horse is going to race again, because I did want to go, but something always ended up being in the way where I couldn't. So yeah, hopefully I can see his racehorse. Like, they're really cool people over there, and I'm definitely going to miss them a lot, but that's okay. Life moves on, and you meet new people, so hopefully I can see them all again one day. Because yeah, that was my first internship, and they're hilarious people who always got me entertained. So yeah, over the summer, as I said, I worked with them, which was awesome. Commuted by train every day, which took like 2 hours each way, and then got home. Didn't have many hours before I had to go to bed. I only had about 3 or 4 hours before I had to go to bed, so that's when I had like my own time, and I usually read, played basketball, played Fortnite, and I think that's it. I think those were like the 3 main things I did. Let me double check here. Yeah, so like So I read Dream Team, which is about the 1992 Olympic U.S. men's basketball team. It had like Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. Larry Bird is my favorite player, by the way. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, a few others, but I think I named the biggest ones right there. And like I love reading about that old time basketball. Like new basketball, I like in today's age, I really don't like it that much. I like the Warriors, I like Steph Curry, but it's nothing compared to how the game was played back then. It was so much more physical back then. I feel like now everyone just like throws themselves on the ground to try and get any foul they can, and that just didn't happen nearly as much back then. And people just took a hit, got back up, just kept playing. So that's why, and the older players, I just feel like we're a lot better. Like watching the Dream Team play, like clips of the Dream Teams, like back in '92, the Olympic Dream Team, watching them win the gold, seeing clips of that, it's amazing what they did and how they worked so well together. And I feel just like today's basketball isn't really like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, like LeBron James, amazing player. Steph Curry, probably one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time, without doubt, actually. But I don't know, there's just something about that olden time basketball where it just really wasn't about the money back then, and now it's about the huge contracts, and I feel like that's what the players are playing for, whereas back then they just played because they genuinely loved basketball. And some players still do that now, but I feel like it's a lot more about the money, and it's just a different game now. But I still do enjoy the NBA now, just not nearly as much as back then, and watching those clips back then and reading books about them. So I read The Dream Team, which was about the 1992 men's basketball Olympic team who won the gold. I read Larry Bird, Drive. The book's called Drive. It's by Larry Bird. Second time reading it. I read it last year too. I love the book. I love Larry Bird. He's my favorite player, so I decided to read it again. I'm about halfway through it again. I read Sandcastle Kings, which is a religious book. I read The Message, or I started The Message. It's a Bible translation, because like the old Bible from like many, obviously like thousands of years ago, was written in, you know, older English. I don't know when it was originally written in Hebrew. I don't know when it was translated to English, but like if you know about the Bible, it's the English that it's written in is like old English, and like they use a bunch of like words that most people don't understand now. I don't really understand it really well, so reading the original like King James version of the Bible is really hard for me to understand and interpret. So The Message is someone in I think late 90s who translated the whole Bible like verse for verse into like newer English that everyone uses today, for like people like me who want like a newer version, who could understand it better, interpret it better. So I've been starting to read that, and I've been enjoying that a lot, taking notes on that. I got an apartment. So last year I lived in a dorm at NIU, and now I got an apartment. I got 2 other roommates. I actually moved some stuff over to NIU yesterday, and got mostly situated, set up my air mattress that I'm going to be using for the year. So I met my roommate, because we have a group chat, but I didn't get to meet either of them. And then I met one of them yesterday who's already moved in. I don't know if when the other is moving in, but he seems like a pretty cool guy. I also quit social media for the whole month of July. By social media, I don't mean YouTube, because I don't really know anyone in real life on YouTube. I know, because like no one in real life I know. Like I know one of my good friends on YouTube, but I don't know him in real life. So I don't feel like it's like social media, and like even if I did know people in real life on YouTube, it's not like Snapchat where you can just like send them a message or like see their story and easily contact them. It's nothing like that. It's just like mostly videos, and so I don't really consider YouTube social media really for me. So social media I consider, the 3 social medias I have are Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, and I deleted them all for a month, or deactivated them all for a month. Didn't use them once, deleted the apps. So it was a great month. I knew like I needed a change in my life. Like I think I was just pretty sad about seeing other people's lives and how good they were, and like all they were doing this summer, and like the only thing I was really doing was working and then coming home and being alone and reading or like just shooting hoops by myself. So I think I got a little sad seeing like all these other like vacations people were taking and stuff, and so I was just like, okay, I gotta change something. I'm not really happy right now. So I changed that. I deleted it all for the whole month of July, and it was great. Honestly, I was so happy for that month. It was definitely a good decision, and it definitely did make me a lot happier than I was with social media. So, and I've been against social media for a long time now, or at least excessive use of it. Like, I still use it. Like, I re-downloaded it August, and I still use it every once in a while, but definitely not nearly as much as I used to, and I'm glad about that, because I really think it just hurts society more than it helps us. I think it makes us a lot more antisocial, which is kind of ironic because it's called social media, but it just makes us hide behind our computer screens, I think, and get our social interaction that way rather than actually seeing people in real life, which is what I want to do. So that's why I kind of deleted it, and I don't use it nearly as much as I used to now, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, I'll talk about New York for a little while. Oh yeah, I also did 60 push-ups every single morning. I wanted to make sure well, not every morning, I took Sundays off, but every other morning I did 60 push-ups. I wanted to make sure I was in really good shape. Since I'm not like running as much anymore, I just wanted to make sure like I had a good upper body strength, and I did that like this whole summer. I also lifted some weights every once in a while, and I still did run, but I just really wanted to make this summer like stay in really good shape. So I did 60 push-ups, which was pretty difficult. 60 push-ups in a row is pretty hard to do, especially every single morning. A lot of mornings I didn't want to do them, but I just did them anyways. And I'm really happy I did, because I feel a lot stronger, that's for sure. So I made sure I stayed in really good shape. So yeah, today in about an hour and a half I leave for New York, or an hour. Wow, I gotta wrap this up, upload this. Yeah, so I drive down to this train station, take the train to a different train station, take an Uber from that train station to the airport, and then get all my stuff through the airport. Hopefully, I haven't been to an airport since I was in like 4th grade, so hopefully it's not that hard to figure out, because I really have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know where to put my suitcase or get that checked or whatever, but I'll figure it out. I'm giving myself plenty of time because my flight leaves at 2, so I'll have a few hours to figure all that out, make sure all my stuff's secured or whatever. I heard like you have to take off your shoes also, and like what? Like, aren't metal detectors good enough? Come on. But yeah, so I'll deal with all that. Don't want to, but yeah, my flight leaves at about 2. It's about a 2.5-hour flight. Gonna go to Albany, New York. From there, my father's gonna pick me up because he lives in the mountains. So I go from Albany to the mountains, to where my father lives. Spend a week with him. I get back a week from today on Sunday, and then I'm gonna pick one day to go from the city. I hope I didn't say this already. I just made this whole video and then it didn't work, as I said, due to storage. So I hope I didn't go through all this, but if I did, I'm sorry. I'll just go through it again really quick. I'm gonna go from where my dad lives in the mountains to New York City, and then that's just gonna be for one day. I'm gonna get there in the morning, like stay till the night probably, just go see the Statue of Liberty, the Twin Tower monuments, 9/11 Memorial, Times Square. I want to see Wall Street, so I'm just gonna like Uber around to the different places I want to go to for like a whole day and just like see all the like stuff about New York City, because I've never been to New York City. I've been in New York obviously 2 years ago, as in my other YouTube videos back then, but I've never been to New York City, so I'm really looking forward to going there and like seeing the Statue of Liberty. I think that'd be awesome. I think that's the main thing I want to see. So I'm really excited for that. I'll just pick one day out of the week where like during the week where it's a nice weather, not rainy or anything, not too hot, and then I'll take a train down there. It's about an hour train ride from where my dad lives to the city, so take a train down there and hopefully have a great day. Yeah, have my first beer, by the way, a Corona, because I still haven't had any alcohol, so I'm planning my first year. Like I just want to like New York City is the biggest city in the U.S., so I'm like okay, maybe it's just a good idea to wait till I go to New York City, have my first beer there, and then I can tell everyone, like, hey, I had my first beer in New York City. It was a Corona. So, yeah, they all told me Coronas were amazing. So, I asked a lot of people what good beers were, and like a lot of them said Corona. So I narrowed it down to Corona, and I think that's what I'm gonna have as my first ever alcoholic beverage. So that'll be like in less than a week. So I don't know how that's gonna go because I haven't had alcohol. I don't know how it's gonna taste. So I don't really care if I like it or not. If I don't like it, good. Like, you know, because it's alcohol. It's not really good for you. So whatever happens, happens. Anything else? Oh my gosh, there are people. Of course. Okay, I'm wrapping this up right now, so I'm not doing this video again. So yeah, get back on Sunday. School starts the next day, and then after that, it's all good to go. So I'm gonna show you guys the view really quick. And how long is this video? 26 minutes. That's pretty long. Oh yeah, and the bushes are a lot longer than they were in my other video, but yeah, it's really nice. Of course, people come up here. 7:30 in the morning, but yeah, I might actually upload another video after New York, because I'm thinking about making a montage of everything I've done in New York. So I don't know if I will or not, but yeah, that's kind of my plan, and I don't know if I will or not, but I've never edited anything in my life, so, but I could. But yeah, this is so thick. I don't know what this plant is called. I think these like stick to your clothes though. But yeah, this is a 27-minute long video, so I'm gonna head out, and yeah, of course people come up here. I think I got everything though. Yeah, semester, I'm taking 18 credit hours next semester, so they're going back down, so I don't know if they're gonna come back up. But anyways, I think I got through everything, so I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys all had a good summer too, and I'll see you in my next video whenever it is. I think my next update video will probably be in like winter, so like 6 months from now. So that's what I did last year and the year before that, I think. So, but I might do it sooner. I really don't know. It depends what happens in my life. So yeah, stay tuned for my next video whenever it is, and I hope you guys have a great day.